Welcome to the Mastering the Keys series, where we'll learn how to master every key on the piano. By becoming familiar with each key, you can greatly increase your musical abilities. The last minor key that we looked at was B minor, so let's travel up that circle of fifths, 5 notes, and we'll arrive at F sharp minor. First, let's take a look at the key signature. F sharp minor is the relative key of A major. This means that the two keys will share the same key signature. Like A major, this key will have 3 sharps. If you see 3 sharps in the key signature, they will always be F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp because of the order of sharps and flats that we follow. Now let's talk about the notes that make up the key. Since the key is F sharp minor, the root note of the scale is F sharp. To find the notes in a minor scale, we'll start on a root note and use the minor step pattern of whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, and whole step. Following this pattern gives us the notes F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, and back to F sharp. Let's take a look at the F sharp minor scale. This one is a little more complicated than the scales that we've talked about in previous videos. To play this on the piano, our right hand middle finger, or finger number 3, will start on F sharp, and we'll go fingers 3, 4, then shift up so that finger 1 lands on A, then have 2 on B and 3 on C sharp. We'll then shift again so that finger 1 lands on D, 2 on E, and then back to F sharp with finger 3. Then we'll head back down the keyboard with 2 on E and 1 on D, then either cross over or shift your hand so that 3 lands on C sharp, 2 plays B, and then 1 on A. Then shift your hand back down so that 4 plays G sharp, and finally 3 lands on F sharp. Again, those finger numbers are 3, 4, shift, 1, 2, 3, shift, 1, 2, 3. Then back down with 3, 2, 1, shift, 3, 2, 1, shift, 4, 3. Now practice that scale pattern slowly until you can do it 3 times in a row without mistakes, and then you can slowly speed it up. Once you feel comfortable with that, we can move on to the left hand. We don't start with finger 1 on the left hand either. Instead, let's start with finger 4 on F sharp and play 4, 3, 2, 1. Then slide that hand up so that finger 3 lands on C sharp, 2 on D, and 1 on E, and then shift over to hit 4 on F sharp before shifting to come back down with 1, 2, and 3. Then shift back down so that 1 lands on B, and we'll play 1, 2, 3, and 4, ending up on that F sharp. Again, those finger numbers are 4, 3, 2, 1, shift, 3, 2, 1, shift, 4, back down, shift, 1, 2, 3, shift, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is a much more difficult scale because each hand has 2 shifts instead of 1 in each direction. Be sure you practice those shifts slowly and methodically so that you can do them without having to look at your hands every time they shift their position. Once you can play that left hand without mistakes, we'll try putting them together. Now let's set up our hands on F sharp and play F sharp and G sharp. Now the right hand shifts up to A, then B, then the left hand shifts up to C sharp, then the right hand shifts up to D, then E, and the left hand shifts up to F sharp. Now back down from F sharp, shifting that left hand back down to E, then D, and the right hand shifts down to C sharp, then the left hand down to B, and the right hand shifts down to A, then G sharp, and finally back home to F sharp. Now let's do that again, but a little bit slower. We'll play F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, and F sharp. Great work so far. Once you feel comfortable with those scales, we can move on to the arpeggios. Arpeggios are just runs that play the root, the third, and the fifth notes of the scale. In the key of F sharp minor, those notes will be F sharp, A, and C sharp. Luckily, unlike the scales, we'll use the old familiar numbers for the arpeggios. In the right hand, we'll start with finger 1 on F sharp, finger 2 on A, and finger 3 on C sharp. we'll play F sharp, A, and C sharp, then shift the hand up to have finger 1 on the next F sharp, A, and C sharp, and then finally we'll use finger 5, or our pinky, and we'll play that high F sharp before coming back down, C sharp, A, and F sharp. Then we'll shift our hand down to have 3 on C sharp, 2 on A, and finish up with 1 on F sharp. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, shift, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1, shift, 3, 2, 1. The left hand will play the same notes, but it will use a different fingering. We use fingers 5, 3, 2, and 1, and we'll start with finger 5 on F sharp, and we'll play F sharp, A, and C sharp, and then use 1 on F sharp before shifting our hand up to have finger 3 on the next A. We'll play C sharp with 2 and finish with 1 on F sharp. Then we'll head back down the piano with 1 on F sharp, 2 on C sharp, 3 on A, and shift the hand to have 1 on the next F sharp, then 2 on C sharp, then 3 on A, and finally land with that pinky on F sharp. Again, that's 5, 3, 2, 1, shift, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, shift, 1, 2, 3, 5. Now we can practice each hand separately very slowly until we stop making mistakes, and then try and putting them together like this. Awesome job with those. It gets easier from here on out, so just stick with it a little while longer. And now we can talk about our chord progressions. In F sharp minor, the 1 chord and the 4 chords have a minor quality, so you'll see this lowercase Roman numeral under them to indicate that minor quality. Even though we're in a minor key, we still use a major 5 chord, even though that third interval of the 5 chord is not in the minor key signature. There are theory reasons that we typically do this in a minor key, but they pretty much all boil down to it sounds nice, so that's how we're going to do it. The minor 1 in F sharp minor is spelled F sharp, A, and C sharp. The minor 4 chord is B minor, which is spelled B, D, and F sharp. And the 5-7 chord is C sharp 7, spelled C sharp and E sharp, which is the same note as F, but legally we call it E sharp for this chord, and then G sharp and B. However, for the sake of making this progression easier to play, we invert the minor 4 chord into its second inversion, which will make it spelled F sharp, B, and D, and then we'll also invert that 5-7 chord to its first inversion and eliminate the 5th interval, giving us the notes E sharp, B, and C sharp. So we'll play the F sharp minor chord in its root position, and then the minor 4 chord, B minor, in its second inversion, spelled F sharp, B, and D. Then back to F sharp minor, and then to the C sharp 7 chord in its first inversion and without that 5th of the chord, giving us E sharp, B, and C sharp. And then finally, we end on an F sharp minor chord back in its root position. Playing them all back to back looks like this. Great job making it through those. There's just one last thing to talk about before truly mastering F sharp minor, and those are the inversions. These are just different ways of stacking that F sharp minor chord. In the right hand, we'll play F sharp minor with F sharp, A, and C sharp using the classic 1-3-5 finger pattern, then move finger 1 up to A, so we'll play A, C sharp, and F sharp with 1, 2, and 5. Then we'll move the right hand up again so finger 1 is on C sharp, and play C sharp, F sharp, and A with fingers 1, 3, 5, before finally playing that F sharp minor chord in root position an octave up, the classic 1, 3, 5. In the left hand, we have the same notes, but different fingers. We'll play that root F sharp minor with fingers 5, 3, and 1 on F sharp, A, and C sharp, then shift up to play A, C sharp, and F sharp with fingers 5, 3, and 1 again. Then move up to play C sharp, F sharp, and A with fingers 5, 2, and 1, and finally move up one last time and play that root F sharp minor chord with 5, 3, 1. Just keep practicing slowly until you can play them all without errors before you try to speed it up. Now let's put together everything that we've learned. We'll do the scale, the arpeggio, chords, and then the inversions. If you've made it through all of these steps, awesome job getting this far. Keep practicing through all of this, and remember not to play too fast while you're still learning. If you allow yourself time to really learn all of these individual parts and don't rush the learning process, you'll get to where you want to go. You just got to put in that work up front. Now congratulations on mastering the key of F sharp minor. If you found this helpful, please help out the channel by giving this video a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.